Hello, everyone. Welcome to Social 101. We're going to talk about Facebook Live with Reay. She's a Diamond executive over in the UK. Welcome, Kim.
Hi.
Okay, so tell us a little bit, just a little bit about yourself too. How you do the business, kind of how long you've been with Nu Skin, and then we're going to talk Facebook Live.
Okay, so I'm based in Carlisle, Cumbria in England. I'm 28. My background is in recruitment, so I worked within a recruitment office full-time for about 5 years. And I think I came across network marketing 12 months before Nu Skin. I was with another company, so it kind of opened my eyes to the possibilities of network marketing, and it was really just to supplement my income. I quickly realised in my job that I had no control really over my income, with it being a sales job. And about 3 years into the company, they actually had a bit of a restructure and took away a lot of my responsibility. So it really affected my commission and my wage. So network marketing was a way just to increase that. Did 12 months with another company and just wasn't really passionate enough about the products. So decided to try something new. Joined Nu Skin and completely found a home with it. So within kind of 4 to 5 months, I was able to hand my notice in. So I've been working full-time from home, doing, Nu Skin full-time since last October, which is incredible. I haven't got any kids. I'm 28 and I don't have a traditional job, which is pretty insane. So I'm absolutely loving it.
That's awesome. So I've seen you go live several times, and I want you to talk about where you find the power in going live on Facebook.
I think I've learned a few lessons over the last kind of 14 months with being with Nu Skin. When I first joined the business, we set up a customer group on Facebook, and we used to do a lot of product videos, even opportunity videos. And it would take us all day because we would re-record the video over and over again to make sure it was perfect. And I do the business with my sister Lauren, and we spent so much time re-recording. Then then our memory would run out on the phone, or the battery would go, and it was just a complete nightmare. And we sat for days doing 30-second, a couple of minute product videos. So Facebook Live is just so much easier. I find it so less time consuming, and people just love to see that you're real, that you make mistakes, and I've learned that it doesn't have to be perfect. So you can get out such a better energy doing a Facebook Live than pre-recording something. And I actually picked up a stat the other day, and it said that people will watch a Facebook Live for 3 times longer than a pre-recorded video. So you're getting that engagement, you're interacting with people, you can actually converse with people as they're typing, and it's just all about interacting with anyone that's online at that time, in real time, and you get so much more from that. And I think just your energy is just way higher on a Facebook Live than something that you've recorded before.
Yeah, do you do mainly, or maybe you do a combination, of product and recruiting and training your team? And what's the difference between those different? Do you do them in different areas, or do you just kind of put them all on your personal page?
Yeah, we do them in different areas. We've got a distributor group as well, that we do Facebook Live training in there. We tend to do maybe 1 or 2 a week, and it really depends kind of what we've learned in the week. It might just be a getting started live. We really mix it up in terms of training. And then on my personal profile, I tend to go more with the business opportunity, and occasionally I'll talk about a product. But I find on my profile, you've got to be in the zone. So I don't actually plan it in advance. I'll plan the live in advance. I'll write some notes. I'll make sure I've got some valuable facts that I can share. But I don't set a time to go live. It has to be when you are feeling energized, motivated, and you get on there, because that really shows. If you've had a bad day, you've planned a live for Thursday at 8 o'clock, and you've had a really bad day, that would show on a live. So I wouldn't do them for the sake of it. You've got to be in the zone. We do quite a few product lives as well in our customer group. And I think the key thing whenever you're going live is to make sure your title is really intriguing, because people are so nosy, and you'll get so many people who will log on and want to find out what you're talking about if the title is right. So for example, if we were doing a product live about the glacial marine mud mask, for example, I would never just write mud mask product review, because there might be people who aren't interested in the product, maybe not interested in beauty or anything like that, so they're not going to connect. But if you put, wow, this product has changed my life, they'll think, what product? They'll then engage, and you'll keep them for longer. Same with the business opportunity. I sometimes build those up as well with Facebook posts. So, for example, the business allowed me to get a puppy. Wasn't able to do that when I was working full time. So I kind of put a few intriguing posts leading up to this live to announce that the business has enabled me to do that. And people had thought, we had people inboxing us asking if I was having a baby, if we were getting engaged, and we just built up this curiosity. And when we had the live, we had about 100 viewers in literally less than about 20 seconds. So there's lots of little tips and tricks you'll learn along the way to try and keep people guessing and get a lot more people engaging. And
I love, do you find that you have to do a lot afterwards? I mean, the amount of people that watch a live is incredible to me.
Yeah.
When you think about the power of it. Do you go back and answer all the comments and questions and things like that? Or, do you kind of just let it organically grow on its own?
I actually reuse the live because it's great. If you compare it to Periscope, for example, it's only on there for 24 hours, but with Facebook Live, it's there forever, which is fantastic. And I think when you go live, I normally give it about maybe 20, 30 seconds, no more than that, because when people watch it on replay, they don't want to be just sat watching you waiting for people to get on. So keep that really short. And then if I've got questions coming up as I'm talking, I'll answer them at the end, because quite often I'm watching someone else on a Facebook Live and then they start having a conversation with someone halfway through, and you really want to try and get value there and then. Mm-hmm. So I tend to answer any questions at the end. And then you'll find, you've got a lot of comments, people asking questions, and then I'll go back to those people individually. But even after the live's been posted, for example, I did one, it was a couple of weeks ago, and I did a question and answer live on the business opportunity, which was a really great way to start off because I actually could go from notes. I'd written down all the questions first, so I wasn't going to get stuck or stumble on my words. I had a list to work through, and afterwards I'd had so much engagement, and it answered a lot of questions that potential prospects would have. Then I reshared that as an inbox message to a lot of people that I was speaking to on inbox, and my team have been able to use that as well, just to help people get the initial questions answered. There's the option to share on other people's timelines, but also as an inbox works really well, or we share it in the team groups as an idea for other people to do lives too.
I actually watched that live because it was shared on our social media page, so it was fun. I loved it. I loved how engaging it was and how informative it was. And it did feel very put together while still feeling real. I liked that. I think sometimes people think it has to be so real that it's not as put together, but I love that you said, you had your thoughts, you knew what you were going to say. You didn't just go live without having a plan. And that was very apparent, but it was still so natural and real, which I love that about live. I think live is such a business changer in our industry, and so powerful. Any other quick tips or tricks that you have on going live or building up to it?
I would say, you can build up with your post just to create some curiosity. And I think, you've definitely got to be in the zone when you go live, as opposed to planning it at a certain time. Sometimes I'll have just eaten my dinner and I'll be like, right, I'm in the zone, I'm going to go upstairs and do this live just on the spot, and it works better. But there's so many different ways that you can do a live. So, for example, the question and answer, if you're just getting started and you're maybe not as confident doing a live, that is perfect because you've got something to kind of, refer to as you go in, so you're not going to get a mental block. But you can also do things like behind the scenes, a typical day. If you sat working with other team members. Another really good one that we tried a few months ago was actually interviewing a team member. So if you sat working together or you've met somebody for a coffee, you can maybe give them some questions beforehand and interview them and get from their perspective. So you could have a few people sat around a table from different backgrounds, mums, people who work in corporate, and you're going to connect with somebody that's watching. So that works well. Broadcasting live events, we get a lot of engagement from that, watching recognition at events and things, and sharing other people's stories. You might kind of, once you've done a few lives, you might kind of run out of content quite quickly, but borrow other people's stories as well. People like hearing about other people's testimonials, things that they've achieved within the business, and you can be creative, take it outside. I know when we first got started with the lives, Lauren and I, if it was a nice day, we would go out for a walk, and then we'd do like a gratitude live to say how grateful we were that we didn't have to be in work today and enjoying the weather. And you've got people sat at work watching that thinking, oh man, I wish that was me right now. So we used to get a lot of engagement through things like that.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's so powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on this Social 101. I know people are really going to be able to take this information and go live. I hope everyone who watches this figures out something and goes live right away, and just don't be afraid, just turn the camera on, and just be real. So thank you so much, Kim. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.